Hello guys, how are you? So this is Risa today, and today I'm coming to you with another video. And so I'm in my office, and I was just listening to, listening and watching the latest of the social media news and what's trending on social media. And of course, you all know what it is. It's the Major Hype and Kirby incident. And I'm telling you, it is just a shame. It is just so a shame that it had to come to this. People are taking sides and, Team Kirby, Team Major Hype. And it's sad. It is so sad that two individuals, make a relationship reach to a point like this. And it shouldn't be so because even though their relationship started out on the wrong footing, it didn't have to end like this. And I guess, Major Hype, he is a, a really, really good comedian, actor, whatever you want to call him. He's been doing his thing for years, well known, travel all across the world to do his act. And now he's entered into this relationship, what, 2 years ago? And it has turned this bad so fast. It's unbelievable. But as I said, I'm not going to take any sides. Well, I should take a side because, boy, I've seen some things. You know what? I saw the videotape. I saw that videotape that she said Major Hype leaked out. Oh boy, that videotape is something. Whoa, hello. That's all I can say is hello. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, if I was a man and that was my woman and I saw a videotape like that, I'd be seeing red also. Red. I don't know how he handled that at all. That is a serious kind of video. Some serious action there. Wow. But I mean, who to say? His threshold is probably very strong. And he probably knew what to expect in that relationship, seeing how they started. They both had someone when they started this relationship, which they shouldn't have started. And they were in bad places. They weren't in good places when they started this relationship. She was in a bad relationship. That's why she cheated. He was in another relationship that wasn't working. He cheated. And so two people coming from two bad relationship enter into a relationship. That can't be good. That cannot be good. It's going to be bad. And so this is how it ended up. And now I saw a GoFundMe. She has put up a GoFundMe. That is crazy. Why are you putting up a GoFundMe? So this tells me, well, it tells me a lot of things, but one thing it tells me is that this is for attention and money. That's basically it. And as women, as women, women that are watching me, you know that a woman can push a man to a certain extent. They're very mouthy, very catty. They are nagging. Well, we can be nagging, and very aggravating. We incite incidents because that's just how women are. And, I think he was pushed to certain limit by this lady. She's an ex-cop. She knows all the ins and outs. And I don't think being a cop, you're going to sit down and know that you have someone abusing you, knocking you in the face, punching you over, and you've got a pistol. Either you pistol whip his ass or you shoot him in the behind, one or the other. You just don't sit there. But I think because she knows that she's the instigator, that's why she didn't do anything. And certain men are tender. And Major Hype seemed the tender type to me. When I say tender, I mean he's not the one that is going to actually go fight a woman or anything like that. He's more of the type that the woman will push him around and, you know, take advantage. He's a little tender. It seemed a little tender to me, at least how he talks about her and the incidents that take place. He seemed a little tender. He's not as rugged as some men, you know. Some men, you push them, they push you right out the door, knock you over. He doesn't seem that type. Honestly, he really doesn't. And so when she says that he beats her and he punched her in the face, I think maybe she is the one who punched him, pushed him to a certain limit, tried to fight him, and he's probably defending himself. She get a little, you know, knocked over in the process and say, oh yeah, this is what you do to me? Well, this is what I'm going to do. And I think that was what it is. I don't think Major Hype actually took her and whooped her ass. He does not have that in him. He doesn't seem the kind that have that in him to go whoop a woman. And you know, a lot of times these men pick up these women, young girls, because he wants a little young trophy on his arm. Well, you know, you gotta pay for that. And these young girls come with a lot of baggage. They say older women have their baggage. The only thing an older woman going to come with you is a bag of kids. But the young girls, they are coming with you with all kinds of stuff. They want your money. You want to pose with them, it's gonna cost you. And they are gonna treat you like dirt. You think they're gonna have respect for you? No, they're not gonna have respect for you. And when they're done with you, they're gonna call you old man, toss you aside for some young hunk, some stud. And as Major Hype said, she said her man before had a bigger penis than him. These are the things the young girls are gonna tell you when you pick them up. So, you know, some of you men need to find women closer to your age than try to find girls closer to your daughter's age. Because that's just a consequence of trying to date these little young girls. Because he saw her, they were on vacation in Miami, and he saw her. She was probably romping around on the beach in some little skimpy bikini, and he saw that, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, tender meat!" You know, he went for the tender meat, but the tender meat comes with a lot of other issues that he probably wasn't ready for, or he probably can't handle. And so that is why they have this toxic relationship. Major Hype doesn't seem like the man that's gonna come home and she didn't cook dinner and he's gonna drape her up and give her, you know, a 1-2. It doesn't seem that type. Or she goes out and don't come home on time. He's gonna, you know, give her a kick. No, it doesn't seem like that at all. And so he's not that kind of man. At least to me, he doesn't seem like that. And I've watched him for years. I followed him for years. And I see how he talks. I've seen his live, you know, when he plays his music and does his thing. He doesn't seem that aggressive type. He tried to place it in some of his plays, but he don't come off like that at all. So to say that I am not gonna unfollow him. Like I see a lot of people saying, oh, they're unfollowing him. A lot of ladies say they are unfollowing him. And yes, ladies, I understand that. Abuse is terrible. And a lot of you guys have been through abuse. And it is not something that any woman should have to put up with or live through. But when you're the instigator and you get a lash back, you can't say you're being abused. person is probably defending themselves. And I just don't believe her. I'm sorry. I just don't believe Kirby. I really don't. I think she's here for the hype, for the social media hype, to get followers. She wants people to follow her through her journey or her pain or whatever healing. If I had a man that was beating my ass and I come on social media, as my cousin-in-law said, you wouldn't be seeing me. I would be off social media trying to heal myself. Not coming up in social media healing. No, I'd be home healing myself, go see a therapist, a counselor. I know she has a GoFundMe that she's trying to get money. Why do you need money? Do you need to go up to a counselor? You know you can go get free counseling. You live in America. That's one thing I'm sure you'll get. For a woman that has been abused, oh my goodness. You get so much help. So there's no way that you need money to say, okay, I need to get therapy or anything like that. No. You go in, you say, I was abused, this is my abuser, I need help, I need to get counseling or therapy, and they set you up right away. So it's bad when someone has worked so hard to build a career or to build whatever, build your character, and someone is gonna come and try to tear you apart. I would be so pissed. I would be so pissed. Trying to rip you apart, trying to finish what you have built over the years. Trying to build a career like what Majah Hype has. It's no easy feat. You've got to put in the hours, you've got to put in the time, you've got to put in the work. And he's been doing this for many years. And for someone to be vindictive, because he probably tell her that he don't want to be in a relationship with her anymore. He loves her, that's for sure. He loves her still. But to be in a relationship with her, he probably doesn't want that. And she's like, oh no, it's not going to go like this. No, no, no. You can't just toss me aside. And when that's what he says, because of the toxicity of the relationship, he's probably over it. But she's the one who probably can't accept it. That's why she came out to social media. You've been abused for over a year. You've been living in abuse for over a year. And you don't go to your friends and the police force. If I was a police officer, I would go to my friends and say, listen, my man is fighting me, he's beating me. I want you guys to fix his ass for me. That's me. Or if I have a firearm, I would pistol whip him. He's not going to put his hands on me and get away. But because that's not how the story goes. So I'm just saying, ladies, we can be quite judgmental. And we need to listen carefully. Majah Hype came with a lot of receipts. Oh, receipts after receipts. And if you can't see through those receipts, then you are casting a blind eye on the situation. And yes, we are all up in their business because they're the ones that brought it to social media. I didn't go to their house and get it and get the information and hear the story. No, it's on social media. Everybody's chiming in on it because when you put your business out on social media, you put it out so everybody can chime in because that is what social media is all about. So I'm just putting my 2 cents and saying we ladies don't need to be so judgmental. We are judging Majah Hype for something that I'm not saying they're not both wrong. They're both in error. But there is always someone who instigated, who started it, initially started it. And so they both need to go get help. They both need to go get help. Because if they don't get help, they're going to carry around this baggage on top of what they had before. And then they're not going to be good for any relationship at all. For any relationship that they get into, there's going to be issues. There's going to be fighting like this. You never know. And she gets into another relationship with a different kind of man, one that will really hurt her, God forbid, take her life. You've got to sort your feelings out, sort your emotions out, deal with the hurt that you've been through, any pain. You've got to work on that. So in future, you can have a good, lasting relationship. I don't say all relationships are gonna last. Some relationships are gonna come to an end, but at least you guys can be amicable. You understand? You don't have to be monsters fighting each other. You can be really on good terms. Whereas if you have kids, you need to be on good terms for your children. And so I wish them both the best. I wish them both health. I wish them mental clarity to deal with their issues, and they both need to sort help. So this is my take on this whole shenanigan that's going on right now. I hope they find peace with themselves and stay far from each other. Y'all don't need to be near each other at all. You're toxic. You're like vinegar and oil, or water and oil. You just don't mix. So stay away from each other. Don't go near each other. Don't go get married next week. Don't go back together next week, because this time it will end worse. Y'all don't need to be together. Alrighty? So thank you very much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can hear all the things that I gotta say. I gotta chime in on all kinds of things. So you be good. Take care of yourself and make someone smile today. You know what? It's just the thing to do. Bye, guys.